So nice and long, shoulders back and down. Thinking about the triangle underneath your foot, where your weight lies. Lengthening through the back, so think about drawing the tailbone down, pulling up with that pelvic floor, so up at the front, down at the back. Keep the shoulders nice and relaxed. We're going to start with some head circles, so just a semicircle to start with. So we're going to take one ear down towards the shoulder. Then from here, you're just going to do a semicircle forward, so bring the chin to the chest, circle that head all the way round, until the other ear comes to the other shoulder. Ooh, my head. Good. Hold, and then taking it back. Good. So just loosening up through the neck, making sure that as we do this, that the shoulders don't move. So you're trying to keep the shoulders where they are, and then focus the stretch in that neck. Super. Okay, let's just do one more. And then bring the head up to the center. Good, we're just now going to go the opposite direction. So I always call this following the rainbow. So you're going to start by looking down over your shoulder to start with. You feel the stretch going into like the backs and the side of your neck. Again, keeping those shoulders where they are. You're then going to follow the rainbow. So it's going to go all the way up and then round to the other side. Bring the chin down, just look over the shoulder, and then coming back up. Round, and then back down. Good. And up. And down. And one more. Good, super. Okay, just give your shoulders a roll. You're going to grab your resistance band if you have one of the long resistance bands. We all have one of those. If you don't worry, we can do the exercise without. If you do, you're going to stand on the resistance band, nice and tall, and you're going to feel like your shoulders are being pulled down. So you've got a really nice, strong posture, and the shoulders are being pulled down into your back pockets. Good. From here, you're just going to lift your shoulders up towards your ears, and then slowly draw them back down. So resist against that band. So watch that you don't just lift up and then straight back down. Make sure that as you come up, slowly pull those shoulders back and down. If you don't have a band, just the same principle, lift the shoulders up and then slowly lower back down. Good, so you decide what resistance you want. If you want just a little bit of resistance, hold the end of the band. If you want to make it a little harder for yourself, a little bit more resistance, just hold a little bit further down the band. Good, as you do it, watch that you're not arching into that spine. So think belly button in towards the spine and tailbone down towards the floor. And exhale as you lower. Good. Keep the shoulders in line. It's hard to turn around when you've got a band underneath your feet. So just watch that when you go up and down, that you don't start to curve through the upper back. So as you lift your shoulders up, think about just slightly squeezing them together, not all the way, just slightly, so that your shoulders and your hips remain in line with each other. So just be aware that as you slide your shoulders up and down, they're not going forwards into that curved position. 4 more. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift. Good. We're going to do one more. Okay, keeping hold of your band, slightly different today. We're going to do a squat with our band. So what you're going to do is you're going to come back, but keep your arms coming forwards. So as you sit back and down, that band is going to relax off. Then as you come back up, you're going to resist against that band and come back up to standing. So your arms just stay down by your sides. We're going to do 2 different variations of this. So the first one, taking those hips backwards first. That band relaxes down, and then you pull back up to the top. Good. And down. And pull back up to the top. Again, if you don't have a band, just a normal squat is fine. Make sure your knees stay hip width apart. And if you need extra resistance, again, hold further down the band. Make that squat a little bit harder. Good. Make sure you come straight back up into that nice posture. Down. And up. Good. So really think belly button to spine. As you come back up, press the weight into your heels. Use those glutes. If you go nice and slowly, you'll feel the resistance more. Even with just taking those hips backwards, you can feel with that band pulling that you're engaging those abdominals. Slowly go down, resist against that band, and then slowly come back up. Down. And up. Good. Down. And up. Super. And we'll go down. And up. We're going to do 2 more. Down. And up. Last one. Down. And up. Good, super. So we're going to do slightly different. This is going to work into our hamstrings and our lower back. So we're going to take our hips backwards like we normally do. Instead of bending our knees, we're just going to hinge backwards and keep our back nice and long. So they call this a deadlift, but we're doing a Pilates version. So as you go down, again, think about engaging those abdominals. Your spine's nice and long. You just release off the band, keep the legs straight. Then from here, pull up, squeeze the glutes, come back up to a nice posture position. Good. Again, resist against the band. So go nice and slowly. Take those hips backwards, lengthen through the band. Keep the back as long as you can. So just watch that this doesn't happen with the spine. Lengthen through that back, and then pull back up to the top. And take the hips backwards. Keep the knees straight, down, and squeeze back up. Belly button to spine, pull up with that pelvic floor as you do these, really working into those lower abdominals as well as that back. Resist against that band, and then pull back up, nice and slowly. Good, so really make sure that you're not arching through that spine as you do this exercise. You're working into those lower abdominals, lengthening through that lower back, and through. You might start to feel it working into your spine as well by keeping that spine nice and long. Need a bit more resistance. Super. Nice and long. Squeeze back up to the top. Good. So again, keep those shoulders not completely squeezing together, but keeping those shoulders back and down slightly. So as you come forwards, watch you don't drop those shoulders forward. Keep those shoulders pulling back, keeping that nice posture. Good. Let's do 4 more. Go down. We come up. We go down. We come up. Good. 2 more. Down. And up. Last one, down and up. Good, super. Taking the band away, just give your hands a little bit of a stretch and release, just because it works into the hands a little bit. Super. Give your shoulders a roll. We're going to go into a little bit of balance work. So we're going to do our tightrope position. So you can either go along your mat or wherever you want in your room. So making sure you've got a nice posture position to start with. Again, really focus on that posture today. Nice and along with that spine. And then when you're ready, transferring that weight from one foot to the other, placing the heel down first. And again, think of the shoulders and the hips staying in line with each other as you transfer the weight. So we're not sticking our bums out, pressing our shoulders forwards, or vice versa, shoulders back, hips forwards. Trying to keep them on top of each other. And imagine that pelvis is a nice big bowl of water. You don't want to tip that bowl of water over. Just keeping it nice and level. Oh, excuse me, I didn't turn my phone off. Bear with me. Good, super. Oh, now I lost my balance. Oh dear. Okay, so once you've got to the end, as normal, we're going to go backwards. So again, keep everything nice and controlled. Good. Shoulders nice and relaxed. No tension in the upper back. Good. And keep those hips nice and level. Good. We're going to do one more time forwards and backwards. So one more when you're ready, in your own time. Good. Think about your eye line. Just check you're not looking downwards. Just send your weight forwards. So try and keep your eye line nice and long. So that chin's nice and high. And then going back. Good. Once you've finished off your last one, just relaxing off. Give your legs a shake. Good, super. Give your shoulders a roll. And we're just going to finish our standing exercises with a single leg lift. We're going to add a head rotation today. So if you just want to do a few single leg lifts to start with, so just to get our balance, lifting our leg, reaching our arms forwards, and then just relax off, transfer the weight over onto the other side. Good, and lifting up, and then down. Good, lifting up, transfer and lift, and then transfer and lift, and okay, let's just do one more. Okay, so now we're going to lift the leg and the arms exactly the same as what we just did. Now we're going to focus on keeping our balance, and we're just going to turn our head over to one side. I don't mind which way you turn your head. Come back to the center, and then lower the leg. Transfer onto the other side, and take your head in the opposite direction. Turn, bring it back, and then lower. Good, super. So think about lifting up and out of those hips. Turn your head. Lower and back down. Lift. Turn your head. Lower. Back. Good, let's do 4 more. Good, shoulders and hips nice and square. Try not to press those toes into the floor. Good. Keep the weight in that triangle. 2 more to go. Lift, rotate, bring it back, and lower. Good, super. Just give those shoulders a roll. Going to head down into our roll downs to loosen up through the spine, and then we'll head onto the floor. So when you're ready, taking your feet hip width apart, nice long spine. We're going to bring our chin down towards our chest. We're going to roll down through the spine. Good, make sure you get that upper spine first, so don't tilt that pelvis backwards straight away. Get that stretch in the upper back. Good, scoop those abdominals so that you're really curving through the back as you go all the way down to the floor, or as far as you can go. Inhale at the bottom, and then pull yourself back up. Nice deep breath in, and out. Chin to chest, rolling down. Good, super. Let's do 2 more. On the last one, we're going to head all the way down onto the floor. So I'm just going to move my camera while you do 2 more. Making your way onto the floor when you are ready. Keep forgetting to put my little table in place. Okay, so we're going to come to lying on your back when you are ready. Just bear with me 1 second, guys, sorry. I'll just put this here. I will be with you shortly. So lying on your back, taking your feet hip width apart, and hold on. Okay, you're going to grab your band. Super, so we're going to lay on our back with our band. You're going to place your band over your hips. If you don't have a band again, don't worry, you can do it without. So you're just going to place the band over your hips. You're going to have your hands down on the floor. So over your belly button, over your hips, wherever it's a little bit more comfortable for you. Placing the hands down on the floor. Now you're going to roll up into your shoulder bridge from this position. So you've got that resistance with the band. Belly button to spine. Start to engage those glutes as you roll up. So resisting against that band. Good. Try not to lift the hands off the floor. So trying to keep those hands nice and pulling down. So as well as working a little bit more into your spine and glutes, it will work into your arms as well. So just be aware you're not lifting your shoulders up or lifting your arms up. Belly button to spine. Start to engage, squeeze those glutes, lifting up. Check that the weight's in your triangle. Once you get to the top, take a nice big deep breath in, and then pull it all the way back down. Good, super. So again, using your own resistance. If you feel that you want it tighter, hold closer together or further apart. And roll up. If you feel like it's too much, feel free to take the band away as well. You can always do these exercises without. And relaxing back down. Good. This time we're going to go up and we're going to hold it for roughly 8 counts. So if you just want to re-jig yourself if you need to, make sure your shoulders are nice and relaxed. Take a nice deep breath in. We're going to belly button to spine and we're going to roll up through the spine. Good. So once we get to the top, we're going to hold it here. So squeeze those glutes, belly button to spine for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then roll down nice and gently. Feel those arms working as well. Good. And then relaxing off. Take a nice big deep breath in. We're going to go up and hold again. So roll through that spine. Toes nice and relaxed. Check that the hips stay in line. Well, the knees stay in line with the hips. We hold 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Rolling down. And we're going to do it one more time. Good. So rejigging your arms if you need to. Make sure those shoulders are nice and relaxed. Take a nice big deep breath in. And belly button to spine. Curling up. One vertebra at a time. Keep those hips in line. Good. Press those arms down. Squeeze those glutes. Hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll down nice and slowly. And then bring the knees into the chest to finish off. Good. Well done. Good. Just rock from side to side for a moment just to loosen off through that back. Okay, super. We're going to focus on our arms and our shoulders. So if you have one of these bands, feel free to use this band. I do prefer to actually use a circular band. So if you have one of these, just because it makes you keep that resistance the whole time. So this band is okay. I prefer to use this one. And you can do it without. So just giving lots of examples now with different equipment that we can do. So I'm going to use my circular. If you have your long one, you're just going to hold it with your palms facing each other if you can. Yeah. And if you have your circular one, they're just going to be at your wrist. So if you let go, obviously it's going to roll down. So what you're trying to do is just have a little bit of tension to keep that band at your wrists. Engaging your abdominals. From here, all you're going to do is you're going to take your arms backwards. Now keep that resistance against that band. Relax those ribs. And then pull back up to the top. Shoulders down. Palms facing each other. Have that resistance against the band. Take your arms back. And then pull back up. I'll just do a few with the other band if you do want to have a look. There's not much difference, but just so I don't miss anyone out. So palms facing each other if you can. I always hold it in my thumbs actually. A little bit of resistance, then take the arms back and then forwards. Good, so as you do the exercise, really being aware that you're not lifting your spine away from your mat. You're still in your nice neutral position and your knees are in line with your hips. So we're still trying not to let those legs relax. Over, keep that rib cage soft and pull back. Good, keep that resistance. We're going to do 4 more. Good. Again, if you find it too much with any equipment, please feel free to do it without. Still does the work. Relax and pull back. Good. Let's do 1 more. I think that was 4. And pull back. Good. Just relax off for a moment. We're still going to use the band. Slightly different exercise. So palms are going to face together. We're going to have our elbows in by our sides and we're going to have that resistance on the band. So having that resistance, all you're going to do from here is you're going to extend the arms up towards the ceiling and then draw them back in. Elbows down. So try and touch your sides with your elbows as you come in. Extend up towards the ceiling and then draw back in. Extend and draw back in. Extend and draw back in. Lift. Keep pulling away from those bands. Good. Out. Lift. And then draw back in. Good, let's do 4 more. So you should start to feel it working into the outside of the arms now as you pull away with that band. Three. Keep that head nice and relaxed. 2. And down. And up. And down. Good, super. You can take the band away. Just give your arms a little bit of a shake. Good, very nice. Okay, let's focus on your abdominals for a moment. So just starting off lying on our backs, we're going to take our legs into our tabletop position. So checking that our spine is in our neutral position and our pelvis is in our neutral position. So we've got that Great Ball Malteser in between the spine and the mat. Our knees are over the top of our hips and we're trying to keep our shins parallel with the ceiling. So lowering those heels down really does make you want to focus on those abdominals. Good. Then from here, all we're going to do is a single leg extension. So just extend the leg out as you exhale and then draw back in. Extend. And then draw back in. Good. Checking that as you extend, that spine doesn't move, that pelvis doesn't move. That Malteser or grape stays where it is. Your rib cage is nice and relaxed. Lowering down towards the belly button. You're pulling up from the bottom. Good. And extend, draw in. Extend, draw in. Extend, draw in. Keep those shoulders nice and relaxed. relaxed. We're going to do 6 more. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Good. And then draw the knees in towards the chest and relax off. Good. Our next one is going to come up to a seated position. Now, if you have a ball, you can use a ball just to help you with this, but you don't need it. It's harder without the ball, but some people just like the ball as a little bit of a help. So try it with. If you don't need it, you don't need it. So bending your knees up, arms out. We're going to go into a roll down. My ball doesn't want to stay where it is. So we're going to scoop the abdominals. We're going to roll down. If you have that ball's just going to hold you in place as you rotate the arms over to one side. Draw back to the center. Rotate over to the other side. Draw back to the center. And lift up and away from that ball. Good, super. If you don't want the ball or if you don't have a ball, you're going to roll down halfway. Make sure those knees stay in line with the hips. Rotate. Back to the center. Rotate. Back to the center. And then pull up nice and tall. Good. Try not to grip into those legs. Try and keep those legs nice and relaxed. Roll down. Pull up, scoop. Rotate. Back to the center. Rotate. Back to the center. And pull up. Good, super. So with or without the ball is absolutely fine. If you are with the ball, just check you're not relying on the ball to hold you in place. So it's just there as a little bit of support. Good, but you're not just really resting on it. Rotate and rotate and recover. Good, let's do 2 more. And down. Rotate. Rotate. And lift. Good, shoulders down. 1 more. We go back. Belly button to spine. Imagine scooping those abdominals like scooping ice cream. And then pull back up to the top. Good, just stretching your legs once you've done. Relax forwards over onto those legs. Good. Okay, we're going to do some side lying work. These exercises can be done lying, or again, if you want to work on your shoulder stability like we have been doing recently, we can go into our, they call it a side plank position. So if you don't want to do it, you can have a cushion under your head, or you can lie like this, lying down. So this is the first option. Slightly harder working on those shoulders. We can go to here, and we're going to extend our legs out. So if you're in this position, just check that you're not sinking into that line. If you are lying, just check you're not sinking your side into the mat. So in both positions, we're trying to lengthen the spine. Good. Making sure that the feet are slightly further forward. You can have this hand in front, or if you want to make it harder, you can have it on your side in both positions. Good. From here, we're just going to lift our leg up. So we're going to lift up and then lower back down. Good. Lengthen the leg away, belly button to spine, and lift. Keep those hips stacked on top of each other. So if you don't have your hand on the floor, you'll feel how when you lift your leg, it's going to make your pelvis want to move forwards and backwards. Having your hand on the floor just for a little bit of extra support, if you need. I think that was 4. Show you laying down. So we're here. 5. We're going to do 12 in total. So this is the lying down position. 6, Again, you can have this hand just at the front if you need a little bit of extra support. Try not to place all of your weight on that hand, just the fingertips. So you're really working into pelvic stability with these exercises. Okay, that's I think 8. Lift. 9. Lift. 10. Lift. 11. One more. And drop. Good. Just give the leg a little bit of a stretch. And then again, we're going to just do another exercise. We're going to try for 12. We're going to use those abdominals. All we're going to do is we're going to lift the leg to hip height. You're going to draw the knee in and then extend the knee out. So again, either in this position or lying down, drawing in. So what you're doing is really focusing on those abdominals. As you draw this knee in, it's going to want to drop. So what you're doing is you're trying to use those abdominals to keep that stability in the hip. Make sure the knee doesn't drop. Keep the knee in line with the hip and extend. Belly button to spine, in and extend. So it's working in hip stability as well. This is this way. I think this is 4, 5. If you need to take a break at any point, feel free. 6, 7. Extend. 8. 9. Good, really working into that glute, into that hip. We've got 3 more left. Keep pulling away with that shoulder. Once you've finished one side, we're going to change onto the other. Good, and just massage off that leg once you have finished. Good. Oh, I've got a clicky knee today. Ooh, don't know what's done. Okay, stretching off that hip, and then when you're ready, we're going to change sides. Okay, so again, whichever position you feel more comfortable. If you want to work on your shoulder stability, coming to here, making sure that those feet are slightly further forward, just so we don't go into that lower back. Or lengthening away. When you're in this position again, just watch you don't sink. So you can see how my hip just pulled upwards then. Think about lengthening that top leg down, reaching that top leg so it's going to level off those hips. So 12 leg lifts. Again, keeping that shoulder as far away from the ear as you can. We lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good. Keep the knee facing forwards. Watch your hip doesn't rock forwards or backwards. 4 more. 9, 10, 11. 1 more. Super. Good. Just give it a little bit of a rest. Give it a stretch out. Give it a massage. And then we'll do the legs in and out. Good, so finding your position, whichever position you want to do, you can either have your hand on your hip or your hand in front, lifting your leg to hip height. Good, you're going to draw in. Oh, I find it hard on this side. And out, that was only my first one. And in, belly button to spine. And out. And in. And out. Ooh, good. And in. 4. And out. And in. And out. 5. And in. And out. 6. And out. Good. Lift away. 7. And out. 8, and out. 9, and out. And 10, and out. 2 more to go. In, and out. Last one. Woo. In, and out. Good, super. Just give it a massage over. Well done. We're going to stretch them out now. Oh, I really felt that one. Lying on our backs. Taking one leg over the top of the other. And then draw the legs in towards the chest. Good. Hold this position. Relaxing off. Good. And then changing sides. And then drawing in. Good. Hold it nice and relaxed. Good. Super. We're going to extend one leg along the floor. We're going to draw the other leg up into our tabletop position. The opposite hand is going to go to the outside of the knee. And then from here, keeping both shoulders nice and flat, so taking one hand out if you need to, you're going to take the leg over and stretch through that spine and that glute that you've just worked. So hold in this position. So you're trying to keep your shoulders flat and then press your leg over. You're winging out your spine. Good. You might find that as you start to hold, it might just go a little bit further. As you exhale and relax. Good. And then coming back to the start and changing sides. So lifting up, take opposite hand over and then press down. Good. Take some nice deep breaths. Ooh, relax. Every time you breathe out, try to relax and just go that little bit further, but keeping those shoulders nice and flat. Good. Taking a nice deep breath in, coming back to the center. Just draw the knees in towards the chest. And we're going to come over onto our hands and our knees. So when you're ready, going over onto your hands and your knees. And go into our thread the needle just to loosen off through our back again. So just checking that your knees are underneath your hips and your wrists are underneath your shoulders. Nice long spine. So we're trying to keep our knees and our hips where they are as you take one hand and you thread it through the arm and the leg. Good, so you're kind of sticking your bum in the air. Reach as far through as you can. Feel that rotation of the spine. And then come back and then reach up towards the ceiling. Good, make sure you keep those hips above the knees and then come back down. Sticking your bum in the air, rotate through. and then come up. And through. And up. Good. So watch that those hips don't move from side to side. Good. And rotate. Good, let's do one more on this side. Through. And rotate. Good, and then changing sides. Okay, so setting yourself up when you are ready. Take the hand through. Really rotate through that upper back. Good. And then rotate and lift. Good. And through. Rotate and lift. Good. Trying to keep those hips on top of those knees. Stick that bum in the air as you reach through. And up. Reach through. And up. Good. 4. And lift. 3. And lift. And 2. And lift. One more. Rotate. And lift. Good, super. Just relaxing off, sitting back into your child's pose position, reaching your arms as far forward as you can. Good, just hold it here. Super, and then we're going to come into a sitting position. Just working on those hips. So taking the soles of your feet together. Trying to let those hips relax down, knees relax down. Placing both hands in front if you can, or just onto the ankles, whichever is more comfortable for you. And then just press the chest slightly further forward just to increase the stretch in those hips. And then if you can reach your hands forwards, just reach them as far forward as you can. Good, just hold this position. Take some nice deep breaths. Good, try and relax the muscles. Good, super. Then you're going to extend one leg out. We're just going to have the leg at the side today, so we're not going to ask to take it on top, just at the side. We're just going to reach forwards, one hand either side of the leg. Good, hold it there. And then coming up and changing sides. Last one. Good. Then reach forwards. Good. And then pull yourself back to the start. We're going to make our way up to standing, ladies. So in your own time, when you're ready, let's pull ourselves back up. Taking your time, I'm just going to move my camera back. Working the pose as I do it. Good. So once you get to the top, just give your shoulders a nice big circle. And then take the legs hip width apart, well, just a little bit further than hip width. Then take a nice big deep breath in, reach up towards the ceiling, and then relax as you breathe out. Good. Nice deep breath in and out. Nice deep breath in and out. One more nice deep breath in and then relax as you breathe out. Good. Thank you very much.